Hello and welcome to the Omnic Fallout, and we are your hosts, UniEdge and Nymphadora. This is a podcast about Overwatch and all things Blizzard. Today we have a guest, Antoine Jackson.
What's Gucci?
How you doing today, Nymphadora?
I've been better.
She's playing too much Overwatch. She broke her finger playing Overwatch. That's the story we're going by.
I really don't know what I did. I seriously don't know what I did. Because we left the hotel to head to the airport. And when we got into the airport is when my fingers started hurting. And I looked down and it was twice the size of the rest of my fingers. And I was like, what the fuck?
You probably bent it back in a wrong way and broke it that way or something. I don't know. Weird shit happens.
It was, it's quite frustrating. So
I've been lucky to never break any bones in my body, except I cut my finger, like the top of my finger off when I was younger.
I broke my wrist when I was younger, skating backwards, and some dick did not get up. So I fell and tripped over the person. Have you broken any bones?
Yeah, I've had like all of my fingers broken.
Breaking somebody else.
It's a long story, but yeah, no, I've broken like every one of my fingers in like various different ways, and like, you know, getting them smashed in tailgates and shit like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
The life and times of Antoine Jackson.
Very true.
Oh my gosh. This past 2 weeks actually, because we took a break, has been literally insane. There's so much that's gone on.
Happened. Oh my god.
I guess we should go ahead and address, I know it's our third thing, but go ahead and address the elephant in the room. There was a DDoS attack on the Overwatch servers about 2 weeks ago and last night. As soon as they launched the competitive mode, which is another thing we're about to get to, it looks like a hacking group that has recently merged with another hacking group, which I can't remember the name of the other hacking group right now. Poodle Corp is taking responsibility, and yeah. So it looks like they can take down any gaming server whenever they want, pretty much, because they took down League of Legends a couple days ago for about 13 hours.
Why? That's honestly my question. What is the point?
Just because they're bored, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, usually the ulterior motive for doing any type of hacking is to gain personal information for identity theft, but it doesn't look like they're going after personal information. It looks like they're just doing this to do this. They've been hacking Twitter accounts, YouTube accounts, Twitch, anything they can get their hands on, personal websites. Linus Tech Tips just got hacked recently, and their entire website got hacked, their Twitter got hacked. I don't think their YouTube got hacked yet, but yeah.
This morning, there were some girls in the Girl Streamers group that I'm a part of who, they kept getting the thing on, they were streaming, and Twitch came up and said, your stuff has been compromised. Twitch was hacked this morning. I don't know if it was by the same people, but
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that yet. There also has been like some weird things going on with YouTube lately. Nobody knows exactly what's going on. YouTube said they're looking into it, but like subscriber counts have been dropping like on major channels by 100,000 at a time, and like, but it looks like it's just old accounts being purged. From what a lot of people are saying, but also YouTube has not come out saying that yet. They said that they're looking into the matter.
I honestly think that like a lot of like this is just doing it because they can. Like
probably.
They doing something because you can, because someone tells you not to, so you go and do it anyways to prove that, like, oh yeah, we can do this, and we can shit on your fun whenever we want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and because Overwatch is so popular right now, why not do it to Overwatch?
Exactly.
But the thing is when they do it to Overwatch, they're not just doing it to Overwatch. They're doing it to Diablo 3. They're doing it to World of Warcraft. They're doing it to Heroes of the Storm. Because they're not attacking Overwatch. They're attacking Battle.net. So
Exactly.
it cripples WoW. Like, it's happened a few times in the past month where, like, me and Twan have not been able to log into WoW or Overwatch, or been kicked from Overwatch, been kicked from WoW. And it's like, ugh, really annoying. But as far as any ulterior motives, we don't see any. It just looks like they're doing a power play.
Yeah, it's terrorism. Like the definition of terrorism is like an act of terror to instill fear in other people, and that's like exactly what they're doing. Like they're showing that they're like, the big tough guys who can shut down whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, I don't know when we'll be able to. I mean, hopefully they'll be caught soon or something, or maybe they'll go underground again. I don't know, but it's rather annoying.
I think because Blizzard is doing so well, that's why they keep getting hit. Because this is the third DDoS attack in 2 months on Blizzard.
In a month, yeah.
So I think it's just because Blizzard is picking back up with all of their stuff. With Heroes from last year, Overwatch this year, all of the new content coming out. I think, yeah, it's being anything that's successful is going to get attacked. So, and you can't get away from that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, going back, I guess we can go ahead and talk about what we've done this week. What have you done lately, Nymphadora?
I went to Vegas and I won money at the blackjack table, which never happens because I don't ever play.
So we're all set for life, right?
No, I just basically won my gambling money back. So, since I had that extra cash, I was able to buy my ticket to California this morning for BlizzCon. So it's set, it's done. I am definitely going to BlizzCon.
I reserved my booking for my hotel room. I was able to get into the hotel that I've been staying in for the past 3 years. So
that's exciting.
Nice. Good shit.
Now, Twan, you need to go out there. We'll sneak you in. We'll say he's the bouncer.
On that shit. Like, I ain't for no fucking BlizzCon this year. Next year. Probably. More than likely next year. I think I'll sit this one out.
I'm probably going to do the virtual ticket because it was too late when we decided that I could go. But I wanted to go for the networking stuff and meet all of the other podcasters and meet Uni at the different parties. So I'm basically going to party and network.
I'm going to do what I do every year, which is stand in the pin training booth and try and get all the pins.
You're such a nerd.
You're such a nerd.
Yeah. Woo. All the other ones are behind me, and I don't feel like going to grab them right now.
So, the competitive patch finally hit.
Yep. It took long enough.
Yep.
Me and Twan and Sam did our replacement matches. We got 47, 48.
Nice.
Yeah. Right in the middle. Like
Which,
right in that spot.
Which, in case you don't know, it's like 100's the best you can get and 1's the worst. Which, like, kind of messes with me a little bit. Like, I feel weird about that, but, I mean, it's just something we got used to.
I did some of it yesterday. I did 2 things. So, I gotta finish it. Because, I mean, we came home. Yesterday was a huge travel day for us because everything was delayed. Oh, it was awful. So, because the patch went out yesterday. So I haven't had a chance to really play too much competitive mode. But when I got on, they were getting the attack. So at one of the things we were playing, it was 6 on 2. It was so unfair because the other team had gotten kicked out from the attack. So
Oof.
instead, we just had a dance party on the point.
We had a match that lasted, I think, in total, what, 45 minutes, Twan?
Probably, yeah. Close
When we
to
did
it.
it with Sam? Yeah. Basically what happened is it was attack defend, and they got all the way to the goal, then we got all the way to the goal, and then apparently what the sudden death is in that point is you had the timers, even though that we had a better time, we had 6 minutes to get to the point and they had 2 minutes to get to the point, so it was another round of attack and defend.
It was just, yeah,
Wow.
it was long.
Long
you
and
know,
unnecessary.
I don't. So why did they? What was wrong with the death match? Why did they get rid of the death match and go to the timer system?
Because they don't want it to be about kills and everything. They want it to be more of like a point push, and they want it to be more competitive play, cooperative competitive play. They don't want it to be, well, this guy's going to go solo Sojourn and take out everybody in the team and win for his team because he's pro.
Gotcha.
They want everyone to work together.
That makes sense because, I mean, it makes the game... Honestly, I found the 2 matches that I did do before the DDoS attack hit, I found it a lot more fun to play because people weren't just dicking around. They were actually fucking playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot in the same method as what they did with Heroes of the Storm. They didn't want Heroes of the Storm to turn into another League of Legends with how toxic that community is, because it's based around, well, we're just gonna get this one character really fucking like legit like fucking stacked and have all the abilities, and then everybody else is just gonna keep feeding him, and then we're gonna have him push all the way to the core. So basically, it's basically that kind of same thing. They want everyone to be on the same playing field, but work together and push. Like, they don't want it just one person to be the victor of the game.
That's cool. I can respect that. So, what do you guys think of the basic swag that they're giving out, like with the spray and the icons and the possible golden weapons and stuff like that?
I'll let you go first, Twan.
I mean, it's cool, I guess. Like, it's pretty neat. Like, that they're already adding in things like that. That shows that they're definitely going to me, anyways, it seems that they're going to be maintaining that. The updates of, more bonus shit. Like, you don't have to get it, but it kind of, like, is a prestigious thing. Where you'll have that golden weapon. Okay, you're really with the shit. Like, it kind of shows that they do care about the community, like, already, and they're already, like, focusing on it heavily.
I'm interested to see what's going to happen at the end of this month and a half, because in case y'all don't know, the first season is going to be a month and a half long, and then starting August, which at the end of August, which everyone knows is the Legion drop, they're going to have the next season start. And after that point, they're going to have 3-month-long seasons. So every 3 months, there's going to be a new season that starts. And we're all going to have to do we're going to keep all our prizes and everything. But we have to redo all of our placement matches and get a new ranking. And then do the grind all the way back up to 100 if we want to get to 100 or whatever rank we can get to, etc., etc.
Which, that's the same system that they have for Heroes.
Yes, no. It's more of like the same that they have for Hearthstone. Heroes is more of like... Heroes is weird. They just started their competitive play too, so...
I think I like that they are not saying, okay, you're a better player, so you get extra, like, crap to add to your play mode. It's all aesthetic and it's all visual. So, because you don't want to...
And anybody can get the gold weapons.
Right, exactly. You just have to play, like, so many games or something like that. You don't have to be...
You gotta get 300 wins.
Right. So I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool little thing to add to it. And it, achievements, they, even though they're bullshit achievements, they still make you feel like you've accomplished something.
Mm-hmm. And they've also announced what the season rewards for the most part are going to be, which is, like we said, the golden weapons. Every 300 wins nets you a golden weapon. And every end of the season, they're going to award you a certain amount of competitive points that you can spend towards golden weapons. Nobody has been able to pinpoint how much that's going to be exactly yet, but we'll see when it comes to an end. I would assume personally that would they take your rank, maybe double it, and then they'd get, like, say you're rank 40, they double it, you get 80 competitive points. I mean, that's what seems would be fair to me, but
Yeah, that makes sense. That'd be cool.
they also do have another, like, you get a spray that's Ilios, and you also get a player icon that's Ilios. But if you're in the top 500 in your realm of, in your region, you get a animated spray of the Ilios that has the towers, like the lighthouse spinning and the clouds moving and all that stuff. So, like, there is a reward for being one of the best.
That
Which-
would be cool, and I will never get that. I'm
Neither
not
will.
that good.
But I mean, with competitive play, it's been interesting. I remember me and Twan tried it out on the PTR when it came out on the PTR, and it was complete cancer. Complete cancer.
It was just a shit show. It was a fucking mess.
But that was because that PTR was with Worldwide, and like everybody was in it. There was no region.
Yeah, so your team chat would be in like Chinese and Korean at the same time, and like there was no team communication whatsoever. It was a nightmare.
It was sad and it was scary, and it, like, me and him like nerd raged after three or four matches.
I
Like,
love PTRs, man.
Right?
yeah, we had an entire team that spoke nothing but Spanish, and then I think like even they didn't speak, like, I think one spoke Spanish and then one spoke a different language, and like nobody was communicating, and it was really weird.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like, at least like with the Spanish, you can kind of decipher it. Whereas like when you have like two, 3 other people that are like speaking like Chinese and Korean, it's like, oh, I can't decipher these hieroglyphics. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah, and they never use the the commands like group up and go here and etc. It's just like type like like not things we can't read and shit.
Yeah.
But looks like Torbjorn's going to be getting a nerf on consoles. His turrets are going to do significantly less damage. Well, not significantly. Like, I think it's going from like 100, essentially like dropping at like 20 points of damage or something. I don't know. I can't remember from when I read it, but it's not that big of a thing. But it's just because Torbjorn has been the meta on console. Like, if you have Torbjorn, you can't get past it.
I think he needs a nerf on PC as well.
Yeah, he does.
Don't both of you. What you're talking about?
No. This will make you happy. He needs a nerf on his cannon, but he needs a buff to his gun.
Yeah, that is okay. I'll concede with that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, like he does way too much damage for just standing at spawn.
Yeah, I agree. I think that he has the same problem that Bastion does, because his range is so long. I don't think the range should be that long, and I think
and the fact that just turn around, like,
yeah, it's a 360 degree turnaround. There's a lot wrong with the turret formats on both Bastion and Torbjorn that I have stated many times, so I won't get on that soapbox.
I have a lot of problems with it, especially since his turret doesn't just shoot enemies. It can shoot any like projectiles that can be shot out of the sky. It can shoot it out of the sky. So anything that Junkrat tosses out, including his trap, his mine, and his ult, can be shot out of the sky by the turret.
There
It's
should
really
be
annoying.
like a slight delay. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be as soon as the stuff comes within view, it automatically goes over to shoot it. It should be at least a 2-second delay.
I think it should
Because
be like a degrading range. So like anything that's in front of him, instant. I understand that. That's cool. Anything in front of him, instant. Off to the side, like say 30 degrees in each direction, I think it should be like a half a second delay. Then when we get like in the 60-degree range, it should be a second. Then so far so forth. Where to the back, like if it's like completely behind you, it should be a 2-second delay before he can turn around and whip and shoot you.
I actually don't hate that. I really like that idea. I think that's a really great idea because when it comes to sensing stuff in real life, granted I realize this is a game, not real life, it would essentially work that way. You would have a minute, you would have a few seconds before it would register that something was there.
And it takes away any possibility of flanking. Like you can't flank him if it's like that. If you're Genji, like your best bet is to deflect and then charge and hope you destroy it. And that's if you're just going up against the turret alone, not to mention all the other characters that are going to be shooting at you as you're trying to do this.
Right, exactly.
It's okay when you're in maps where you have a sniper that can snipe it from a distance, but like, say on Hollywood, if they put it in the corner in Hollywood, the sniper can't get to that before the turret gets to him.
Blizzard, if you're listening.
They're not.
I know.
First of all, sponsor. Second of all.
So, yeah, I don't know. What else has happened in the Overwatch world? I've seriously been out of the loop for over the weekend, so I don't remember anything, honestly.
They had in addition to the competitive, they had another fix come to Widowmaker, where Widowmaker's ult can be heard whenever she activates it across the map. So you're no longer guessing whether or not she has vision.
I like that.
Hear her scream and French across the map. Like the first time I heard it, I was like, "What is that?" Like, but now, yeah,
it's like, well, that's good for because everybody else screams, and you hear everybody else's. So why wouldn't you hear hers? That makes, and that way okay, all right, they have vision. Let me be careful about how I go around this corner now.
But I think this is the only one that you can hear all the way from across the map, like no matter what. Now, on Soldier, if he's on I think like 100 feet of you, you can hear him do it. Like, but I don't know.
Well, his is also a certain range, whereas hers is all over the map. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter where you are; you're gonna have vision, even if she's in the spawn point.
They also, I don't remember if we addressed it last time, they also nerfed her the time between when she goes from SMG to sniper mode. You have to wait for the animation to fully finish before you can switch.
Yeah, we did.
And fire.
I remember talking about her and McCree and...
D.Va should be getting hers soon.
Yeah, D.Va's going to get hers soon. Have they decided on what they're doing for D.Va yet?
No, I haven't heard anything, personally.
I think hers is going to come probably the end of July. Because I think they're still deciding on what they want to do with her.
Yeah.
But, I did read that there are suspicions that 2 new characters are coming this summer.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get Sombra, which is like from what all we've heard so far is gonna be like some kind of sniper hybrid class. We don't know yet, but like that's the guessing from like everything that we've seen of her in game, like the little personnel file and how Soldier 76 talks about her and stuff. So that's the speculation so far. That's going to be one of them. The other one, I'm not so sure. I haven't heard much about it. I've heard about other heroes they're thinking about, but none of them sound plausible. Another one sounds like it might be Doomfist. We might get Doomfist, because Doomfist is just a weapon. Anybody can wield it. Well, not anybody, but like it's chosen whoever can wield it.
Well, it must not be too choosy because I mean,
Yeah,
in
that
the
little
anime,
kid.
watched like a fucking 12-year-old just like beat the shit out of Widowmaker with it. So
Also, if we get Doomfist, who is gonna like what's gonna be the point of the maps where we're escorting Doomfist's fist? Like, it's gonna be a little awkward if Doomfist is protecting his own fist while using his fist.
uh, oh man. Yeah, I think that's all I've got that is immediate and that we didn't address in the last one.
One more thing is the golden variant of the weapons. They seem to change depending on the skin you have. So if you have a skin that changes your gun, it's gonna have a golden variant of the skin of that gun.
Oh, that's kind of
So, like,
cool.
Reinhardt, if you change the skin, it's gonna have the golden lion hammer. My cat just scratched me. If you have the Genji with his sword's gonna change, like how it has the more scimitar look to it. He's gonna have different weapons like that. So like that looks a lot more promising to me, because I thought it was like only if you had the original skin then you're gonna see the gold variant, which is just kind of annoying to me.
That's
But,
kind of cool. I like that.
And I hope that they do more weapon skins and weapon stuff like that later on. Especially, like, I could see that being really cool with, say, like, Legion, for instance. Legion is the next game that we have coming out. With Legion, since you pre-ordered Legion, that you get maybe a player portrait and maybe a variant of a gun or something like that. And Overwatch, that'd be pretty cool. Part of the collector's edition stuff.
So I read today that apparently Blizzard Activision is showing as a big buy in the stock market right now. So if you guys want to play the stock market, according to different magazines, go, and it's at like $38 right now. And when it closed yesterday, it was up 2.53%, I think.
Oh, let me check my finances. Oh,
I know.
Still broke. Still broke. Still can't afford.
Let's see. I play WoW, meaning I have no money.
Yeah.
right?
I feel like my WoW time should be rewarded with stock options.
I just thought that was so weird. I was like, this is an interesting article. Let me read up on this. Huh. Man, maybe, so maybe Blizzard is, coming back up, man.
I mean, they've never been down, but yeah. Like, the WoW numbers have never been, like, the deciding point for a long time. They haven't been for a long time the deciding points of whether or not Blizzard is succeeding. Also, they're not just a separate entity, they're Blizzard Activision, so that's all the Call of Duty series. Anything that Activision puts out, it also adds to their success.
Very
so
true. I think that acquiring Activision was probably one of the better things for them to do. I think
no, Blizzard was acquired by Activision. They didn't acquire. That would be cool if that was what that was, but
Wow.
Activision acquiring Blizzard, I think, was a smart move, and allowing Blizzard to still function as, its own entity was a smart move.
I still have like about that merger, but whatever. It's something that's never gonna change now. But when that first happened, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, I think it gave Blizzard tools and resources to do more than what they were doing.
Mm-hmm. And I think for like Blizzard Activision to fail at this point, they would have to have like 3 more Titan fails. Like, I think it would take like a lot to bring them down at this point.
Yeah. So, that's kind of cool. So, financial advice: if you guys have lots of money, might want to hit that up. I don't know.
Antoine, we're doing it.
Better financial advice. If you have lots of money, give some of it to me.
Yeah, or
You're not going to get anything back, but you'll get a crisp high 5.
Yeah, you'll get like a crisp high five. Juicy af.
Or you could donate to the Patreon page, you know, since
Yeah.
you're listening to us. Oh, okay. Alright.
Self-plug.
Self-plug.
I need to
So-
buy more peanut butter for Winston.
Did
True,
you say,
yeah.
did somebody say peanut butter? That's the best. I can't get that deep. That's the best I can do.
Twan's spraying game is like a cell phone menu. It's like water, peanut butter, weather.
Yeah, like the iPhone home screen, but like with just like all the different little Winston apps.
So, Warcraft 2 rumors.
I hope this happens. I really do. I really hope.
Apparently, it's happening. Apparently, a sequel is happening. It is not confirmed yet, but the rumors are that it's been confirmed. So, we'll wait and see if this is going to happen. Thank you, China!
I'd like to see Duncan Jones return again, but I'd also like to see someone who decides to take the plot in a more like cut way so that it's not so much story like shoved into it like the Warcraft was, because there were so many plot points that if you didn't play the game and didn't understand, then you were just like, ah.
Yeah, I would hope that if they do a sequel that they would actually take a little bit more time and flesh out the story a little bit better, because I feel like the way they squished it together, it kind of left a few holes. And that was one of my biggest complaints about the movie. I loved the movie. I thought it was a good movie. But I feel like the story lacked somewhat because they had to squish so much into it. So if there is a Warcraft 2, take your time, guys. Take your time.
I think what hurt me the most, what's going to hurt me the most is I want them to do this movie, but I don't want them to rush it. I want the Arthas Lich King rise to happen, but I don't want that to be the second movie, even though I do want that to be the second movie, because if they do that, it's going to leave so many plot holes that it's not even going to be awesome, because they got to do the founding of Durotar, they've got the founding of Orgrimmar, like all that stuff. That is an entire movie on its own that is focused around mainly nothing but Horde.
For the Horde! I would have no problem actually splitting up the movies and doing Horde and then doing Alliance.
Yeah, the
because
Alliance
there's
one would be
so much more in both sides.
Yeah, the Alliance one would be the fall of Arthas and rise of Lich King and fall of Lordaeron and all that good stuff. We would get to see Quotha Loss and all that.
That would make a fantastic movie on its own, in my opinion, because that story is it's really awesome, I think.
We also get to see Night Elves if they do Durotar. So.
Yeah, yep.
More of them than like the 5 minutes of screen time they got before.
What? That was High Elves. Those weren't Night Elves.
And they were ugly. They were so ugly.
Yeah, like 2 out of 10 might bang if drunk.
The elves throughout all of Warcraft lore, the elves have always been beautiful, even the high elves. I'm sorry, guys. Those were ugly elves. Those were not pretty characters.
I think those were meant to be the faction leaders, like the really older ones and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
They were some ugly bitches.
We also didn't get to see the sacking of Stormwind by the trolls, which was something that was supposed to happen. Hopefully that's in the director's cut. Duncan Jones has teased us with it, so hopefully.
No, there's not going to be a director's cut.
Oh,
there's not going to be a director's cut on the DVD. They are going to have some scenes, some deleted scenes, but they've come out and said no director's cut, which I don't know why.
It's because they didn't make enough money back.
They didn't make enough money back.
They didn't. You think I'm joking, but they made enough money to justify a sequel, but it takes a lot of money to finish up CGI work like they're talking.
Yeah, but, I mean, this was also, like, the highest grossing video game film, like, ever created. So, and plus, like, Blizzard, just being the powerhouse that it is, like with how much money they have, it kind
Well,
of
you have to
just-
look at it this way. This isn't a Blizzard thing. This is a Lionsgate thing. This is a movie Hollywood thing. They're the ones who decide whether or not this gets a director's cut, whether or not they think it's worth. I mean,
Right.
Blizzard pump money into this, but that doesn't mean that they're going to do it. Like,
No,
it's up to them.
you're exactly right, because Blizzard did not have the end-all, be-all to what actually goes into DVDs, what actually goes into the DVD. However, because Blizzard now has its own studio, they can do they will probably...
Activision has their own studio.
This is my theory, but because they now have a studio that is actually run by a female, they just created a studio a few months ago. I think that the sequel will probably be done through that, because the theory is they went to Hollywood to make the film so they could learn how to make a film, so they could learn the process, everything, and that way they could go from here. And
You also
make
have to
their own
remember
movies.
that's an Activision endeavor. That's not a Blizzard endeavor. It is a Blizzard movie, but it's not an Activision. I mean, it's not a Blizzard studio, movie studio. Blizzard's not making a movie studio. Activision is making a movie studio. So any
last I
movies,
read, it was Blizzard.
it's not Blizzard. I promise you, it's Activision. Activision is the one who is, because they're going to be doing the Call of Duty movie. They're going to be doing a bunch of series with movies with their IPs, and that also includes Blizzard, from what I understand. So we'll have to see what comes out of that, but that's, from what I understand, that's what's going on there.
Okay. Well, even so, why wouldn't you go through... It's the company that owns you. Why wouldn't you go through that company?
I mean, they probably will. It's just it also depends on what other movies they're gonna be having in the basket at that time. So, say if they're doing the Call of Duty movie, but they want to get the Warcraft movie done at that time, maybe they'll go back with another company just to get it done or started. I mean, we don't know. We'll have to see when it gets there. But who knows? Hopefully they do. But then again, I'm also a little bit skittish on it because we don't know what this movie studio is going to do yet. We haven't seen any work from them. We just know that they're a video game company starting a movie studio, and that's all we know right now. We don't know how well they're going to do, how good their casting is going to be, how good their CGI is going to be, everything. We know what Blizzard can do, we know what Activision can do as far as animating go, but we don't know what it's going to do when it comes to live action films like they're talking. It's a whole different thing.
It takes a lot to create a studio. We probably won't see anything from them for, a year or so.
I'm not expecting anything out of Activision Blizzard movie studios for till 2019 at least. Like,
because they have to. First of all, they have to create. The film industry is a completely different beast, and that's what I do. It's going to take them a while to actually get it up and running and properly, done. But
and they got to get their connections and everything too.
Right, but doing the Warcraft movie helped get that foot in the door that they needed and helped them learn, essentially, okay, this is how you create content, this is how you create a movie, this is how you do this. So
I will say, though, it was amazing to see the Blizzard logo in the beginning of the movie.
yeah, that was really cool. So moving on.
Oh,
Sorry.
you also have to remember that that's not the only Activision Blizzard movie that's come out in the past year. There was another one.
Which one?
Points to you if you can if you can figure out which one it was.
I don't know.
Swan?
Nah, I don't know.
Angry Birds. It's Rovio Entertainment, but they're owned by Activision.
Angry Birds is Activision is under Activision.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow, that actually did really well. That actually did really well.
If I remember right, I think they're still under it. I can't remember if they're still one of the subsidiaries. I know that they had a lot to do with it. Actually, that might have been. I don't know. I might be wrong on that part. Now that I think about it, they Activision recently bought the company that did Candy Crush, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but I know that they've teamed up with Angry Birds in the past and done something. I can't remember what it was exactly, because if you look up Angry Birds under subsidiaries and under parent organizations, you see Activision Blizzard.
It's it's not surprising because they're all pretty much under one company anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, moving on from Warcraft, I know we could talk that all day. In actual WoW for Legion, they came out recently. They are going to have flying mounts available, unlike Warlords, where it was a last-minute decision to put it in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be patch 2, the second patch.
Yeah, and you have to it's going to be the same way that you got it in Warlords, is the achievement. So you have to work your way up to it, which I actually don't mind. I like that idea because I like to actually explore the new world before, because if you're flying, you don't get to actually see the content that they created.
And most of these like the questing achievements and everything, you get just by leveling. Like you get most of the achievements that they're talking about just by leveling and doing the things that you would normally do in an expansion.
Right. And they're gonna have the list of the things that you need to do for the achievement, so you can start working on that before the patch comes out. So,
do we know if it's gonna have a mount with it, like the Sky Terror did with this one?
I don't know. I didn't see anything about that. I know they're still working on actually what is going to go into the achievement, so there's no telling.
We'll have to see, but hopefully they do, because that was one of the things that made me go like, okay, I can live with this in the future if they give us a mount every time we do this achievement along with it, and we don't have to pay the 1,000 gold to get the training like it used to.
Oh my god, yeah, that was awful. But that would be a good way to get gold out of the system, is to make you pay for it.
Oh, no, we don't have to worry about that. They've got a lot of way to get gold out of in the coming expansion.
That Sky Terror, though, that was that mount they gave for the Pathfinder achievement for Draenor. That was for a limited time only, though.
Oh, was it? I didn't even know. I got it the day it launched. So.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
The thing about it was like they're like, yeah, we're giving out this mount for this achievement and everything, but you have like X amount of time to do it. You get the achievement in this much time, and you get this mount. If you don't, then like that mount's unavailable.
Well, that still sounds fair to me, honestly.
Yeah, they'll possibly do something like that again. I could see that happening.
I hope so.
I'm a mountaholic, so.
What were you gonna say, Ton?
Yeah, no, that seems like. I hope they do that as well. I don't know how exactly they would implement it, where they are releasing, like, they've said that they are going to have that, like, mid-patch instead of, like, or, like, mid-expansion instead of, like, at the end. How exactly that would work. I hope they do the same thing, though. That'd be, like, really, really cool. Just get, like, a unique mount off of that.
Yeah, and one of the things that I'm hoping that they do with this one is they put more content in the expansion. They're already talking about it. That they're gonna have more patches. They're gonna do more dungeon content. They're gonna try making more lasting content that's more interesting to do than just something to do, like, you know, how Warlords was with pretty much everything. Apexis Crystals was a horrible. That's going away. Apexis Crystals, by the way. So all the reputation mounts are going to be obscene amounts of gold. Apparently, there's going to be one mount that I think is 9 million gold.
Yeah. I barely have 100,000, so no.
So
Well,
like
there's
right
an
now.
extremely large large community of people that are gold capped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That are
Yeah.
also increasing the gold cap.
Are you serious? I thought they were
hmm
trying to get rid of all the gold that's out there.
No, they're increasing the amount of gold that you can get, and they're also taking away a lot of the ways you can make gold. They're reducing the amount of gold that you get from raids. They're reducing the I think they're either reducing or getting rid of the gold that you can get from garrisons. They're doing a
That's
bunch
going
of
away
macro
completely.
stuff.
The gold from garrisons is going away completely.
Yeah,
So
I can't remember if they're gonna keep some things from the garrison though. They're not getting rid of it completely.
they're doing like the professional stuff, like the jewel crafting and bag making and stuff like that, which can lead to money because you sell it on the auction house.
Hmm.
But the actual follower quests are going away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks because I spent a lot of time getting those followers.
Yeah, the follower quests are essentially going to be useless.
That
Yeah.
is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Get your Coldfist Gronlings and save them for like next expansion after Legion.
I have one to sell.
I've got like 4.
I need to get my hands on another one. I'm on that come up. always on that hustle. Like, oh no, how can I make fat stacks of gold like the easiest?
So, that's pretty much it for Legion for now. That's like the most important thing because they're still, they've got the PTR and stuff still going. But we have 2 weeks until the free patch comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm ready.
I wonder if Legion is gonna be the next expansion that we're gonna hear about. Oh, this is a Legion baby. They started in Legion. You know how we have Wrath babies and Kata babies, but you don't hear anything about Mop babies or Warlords babies, really.
I know one person who started in WAD.
But you know what I mean. It used to be
Yeah.
like a very big thing. Like, oh, this is a Wrath baby. They started in Wrath. Like,
I'm a BC baby.
yeah.
I'm like an end of Lich King baby. Like,
I'm at end of Vanilla baby.
Nice.
I got into it late. I joined the party late.
I thought I joined late. Dang, man.
I know a lot of Kata babies. Don't worry, you're not that late.
I know some Kata babies too. So heroes. Just balance changes done to several heroes, including Medivh.
Medivh had like the lowest win rate of any hero that had been launched for the while.
Yeah, he really needed to be balanced. And another esports team has dropped out. Team Tempo Storm is revamping their team, and so they've gotten rid of all of their players, and they're getting new players. So
A bunch of these esports teams are moving over to Overwatch now. I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't touched Heroes since Overwatch dropped. Like,
I have once.
I get on like every once in a while, but only to see like what's going on, like the new, how they do the new login screens and everything. I just go check that out. I haven't even checked out the Medivh one though. Honestly, need to log on later tonight and check that out. But like other than that, I haven't really done much.
I've watched
Heroes-wise.
some hero streams, but I haven't had time to really get on it and play it, honestly, because I've been in Vegas.
In fact, the only Blizzard game that I don't have installed right now is StarCraft 2, and Hearthstone's probably going to be getting uninstalled soon as well.
Yeah, install it so you can get that mount.
I already have that mount.
You already have the Hearthsteed?
Yeah, I've had that a long time.
Oh, well, never mind.
I got that when that came out in Vista Pandaria.
That's all I got for news. I know it's kind of slow. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get back into it. I've been off for 2 weeks.
But I mean, oof. I've been on the eternal quest to get my Lore Master achievement. I've just finished up Outland and Northern completely. I only had like one thing in Outland to do, which was Netherstorm. And I had to do Howling Fjord and Ice Crown in Northern, which was a headache, which is 120 quests each, I think, if I remember right. And now I'm doing classic ones because apparently all my achievement progress was wiped in Kata as far as classic goes on my main. So redoing all that right now. Whew.
Fun. So much fun.
It's really good. We will see. Basically, now we're gonna go over our hero of the week, which is Torbjorn. Whew.
The dwarf with the mouth.
He is very interesting. He doesn't have too much lore behind him. He's actually 57, Swedish, weapon designer. He's from Sweden, Gothenburg? Yeah, Gothenburg. He is formerly affiliated with Ironclad Guild and Overwatch. Ironclad Guild is like a weapons manufacturing conglomerate or something of that nature, if I remember right reading into them. They have a lot to do with the designs of the Titan class armor weapons and stuff of that nature, like the big robots that you see. They have a lot to do with that, if I remember right. Yeah. Now that I'm looking at it, yeah, they do. Torbjorn basically is responsible for a lot of weaponry in Overwatch. He is responsible for Reinhardt's armor and maintaining it. He fixed Bastion, if I remember right. He had a lot to do. Winston's the one who designed Tracer stuff, so he had nothing to do with that, but he was basically their weapons guy. In the comic book that they released, which was the last comic book that they released, I haven't released anything lately, sadly. I wish they would. The comics are nice. But he is going up against a Titan class mech that is just raging havoc. And he's basically sneaking into an emergency hatch that's just small enough for him. He's going through, destroying all the little automated drones that are attacking and everything. He's basically just trying to take this thing down before it could destroy the city that it's wrecking. And when he gets to the thing, we find out gets to the command bay. We find out that one of his fellow former Ironclad guys are taking over the mech and doing illegal modifications to it to basically preserve their guild and preserve their race, is something he says. And he knows them. They used to work together. His name was Sven, and he has to take down Sven, and he shoots him in the foot with one of his rivets and punches him in the face and takes back over the mech. So, I mean, it was a pretty cool mech. It didn't really give us too much in the sense of lore from what I gathered from it, but it was, I don't know, he's pretty cool. There's not much about him out there, honestly.
He created a lot of the omniums. Like, they used a lot of his engineering work, but then he saw what they were doing with them and
joined Overwatch.
Yeah, and joined Overwatch because he didn't like the idea of using them for war.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're originally meant to be peacekeepers. They weren't meant to go in and wage war. They weren't supposed to be giant mechs of war or like something to that nature. They were meant just to keep the peace and, you know, etc. But I mean, it's crazy, honestly. He has a lot to do with that lore. Hopefully we get a lot more out of it. It's just I wish there was more on him, honestly. Do you have anything to say, Tuan?
I mean, about his lore and things like that, not particularly. Like he, other than him just basically being like the weaponsmith for Overwatch, more or less, like the heroes of Overwatch, like maintaining their weapons and things like that, and general upgrades and things like that. There's not too much on him that I've seen so far.
There's literally like 2 paragraphs on him.
Like, it's really not much, like, at all.
And there's nothing on the Ironclad Guild really at all. He was just a research and development guy, and he basically helped design the Omnics and the Titan class Omnic that he took down in Russia that was attacking the town, and that's all we have really. Unlike most characters, his talking to other characters doesn't really give away too much, other than like he likes to go to Halloween parties with Mercy. That's about the only thing.
He has a very deep mistrust of sentient robotic intelligence.
Yeah, that too.
So he is much like Junkrat and Roadhog in that respect. So,
he's also a Lost Vikings reference.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, the Blizzard just has a deep love of Lost Vikings.
I've actually never played it. So.
It's free on Battle.net if you just go to the website and go to old games, classic games, and you can download them for free and play them.
Like, I can get Warcraft that way too, which I might download.
Did they finally release Warcraft?
One of them has been released. I saw it, but I can't remember which one it was.
The last time I was there, they only had like
3.
their racing game and they didn't have much in that way. They only had like last time I was there looked anyway. But I'm about to go look right now. You want to go ahead and talk about strategies, Twan?
Sure. So Torb strats. I see a lot of people, surprisingly, a lot of people really like to just dump his turret just wherever, just like the stage 1 basic turret, and use that as kind of like an annoyance, I guess it's supposed to be, but it doesn't really do much because it has like that stage 1 turret has like no health. It can be countered so easily, and I see a lot of people that just like to stand behind his turret and do nothing when, I mean, he's like the last person you would expect to like outsnipe people. And I mean, like, I can outsnipe Widowmakers and shit like that. It's not hard. There's a lot more use for him than I think people give him credit for. Like, you can 1v1 Reinhardts and win easily. And have your turret as a support, pretty much. Like, you want to have your turret set up somewhere where it's going to have, like, you know, maximum vision over an area, like as high up as you can get it, and then just leave it. Like, don't stand by it, don't sit behind it, don't do any of that. Like, just dump it and go. Like, as soon as you upgrade it, just, you know, attack. Like, just get right into the mix, because he's strangely enough like a pretty hard target to hit, it seems, because
it's
like
small and compact.
Yeah, because of his small stature. Like, I have Roadhogs that throw their hooks like directly over my head constantly. Like, and that his right click, that scatter shot, it's lethal at close range. Like, you can one-shot people with it if you aim it just right. And
that gun is awesome. His gun really is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's really powerful.
The fact that it turns into a shotgun and basically essentially a sniper rifle with a draw off.
Yeah. If you can snipe with a Hanzo, you can snipe with him. It's not. It's really not hard. But yeah, a lot of people I see just use him as kind of like you would play the engineer in like TF2. Just like stick by your turret. Like, when that's not the case with him. You can do more work and get more eliminations and more utility out of him being in like the center of combat, especially if you get rotated on like really, really hard you start taking a whole lot of damage, you can just like, haul ass out of there and constantly, like if you have enough scrap, just be constantly throwing down armor packs, like for
And
yourself.
if you do get taken down, your turret's there to back you up, like to keep the team with a member there at least, like part of a member there.
Yeah, your team has support regardless of if you're there or not. You really don't have to be anywhere like near that. You can set his turret up so you can cut off your enemy's escape, or set it up so it is just like laying suppressing fire down. So you have like a constant stream of bullets just keeping them in one place so you can flank them and just get easy picks with that scatter shot. Or, there's plenty of different ways to play him, but definitely like being able to produce armor packs for your teammates, like just on the drop of a hat, just constantly throwing them out, like that's huge. It's so helpful.
He's very good at backing up. I do personally love just when I'm seeing you run around and sniping fools, especially like characters that are hard to hit with normal shots like far in the sky or everything. You just hit him directly in the head, and just because he has that perfect drop off. And you can also like he has the Hanzo effect, like you were saying, to where like if you're sitting at the top of the stairs or even at the bottom of the stairs and you aim, you can shoot straight down the stairs and hit people as they're walking up without them having any shot at you. Or if you're sitting at the bottom of the stairs, you can hit it up at an angle where it angles up and hits them directly without them actually having a sight on you. So he has a lot of utility in that way, where he can do trick shotting and like curve the bullet.
Yeah, on Route 66, where like if you're defending on Route 66, that little ledge up above the payload, like a lot of people like set their turret up right there. But if you aim it just right, you can actually, like, because of the drop off, as soon as those doors open, like for the enemy team, as soon as their doors open, you can sit there and just single fire and launch right over those train cars, like just right over them and land right in their spawn. And you'll get hit markers, headshots, and things like that, and you won't even see the person you're shooting at.
And you had to keep in mind, his gun does 70 damage per shot.
Yeah, it's savage. Like
at 2 rounds per second. Mm-hmm. And he can shoot 18 times before he has to reload, and his reload takes 2 seconds, and he can get headshots like you were saying. And his shotgun does 6 to 15 per pellet, has a range of 7 to 20 meters, is 10 pellets per shot, so basically 60 to 150 damage per shot if you're like up in their face, and he can get headshots with that as well.
Yeah, I mean Reinhardt. Every time I go up against a Reinhardt as Torb, you just run directly at him, and they'll just stand there with their shield up, like you're gonna sit there and shoot it, and you just hustle your little dwarf self right behind their shield and just start like right clicking. And, like, you will win.
And another thing, in case you didn't know, his hammer does as much damage as Reinhardt's hammer. It does the exact same amount of damage. It does 75 damage, and Reinhardt's does 75 damage. And they both have a swing of 1 swing per second. It's just Reinhardt has range.
Yeah, Reinhardt has a hell of a lot more reach.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you're up there, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, just hammering on someone's kneecaps.
I've actually killed somebody with his gun before because I accidentally switched to the hammer instead of to the gun, and I started clicking because I needed to get him off of me, and I killed him. It was a total accident.
It does a lot of damage. You can 3-shot a tracer. Oh no, 2-shot tracer. They have 150 health. Yeah, 2-shot a tracer. So.
What in your experience, since you are like one of the like really good Torbjorn's players out there, what do you think that is his like best going up against him? The best, like
the best like hero to counter with?
Yeah.
That's tough. Probably I would say either surprisingly like Farah, even though she can get dropped by his turret really quick. If she gets like a direct line for her rockets, she will just wreck your turret and you, like while you're trying to set it up. Any sniper, anyone that can really snipe, like Maker and
May, Widowmaker, Hanzo, another Torbjorn.
It's really dangerous. Like there's anyone who can really get those rounds down range and accurately. That's just a huge counter to him. Like because you don't have really any defense, especially when you're just starting out. You don't have any scrap to make any armor or anything like that. You can get countered really, really heavily if you're not careful. You definitely starting out, like starting a match, you have to play him like back. You have to just like backline and just like pretty much spray and pray until you can get some scrap up, so you can get some armor up for yourself and your team. And then you can start engaging a bit heavier. Whereas, like if you were to try to do that like right out the gate, you wouldn't last long. You really would.
I found playing Diva, I could take him out pretty easily, and then I did pretty well with Junkrat as well. Mm-hmm. As long as there are other people around to distract the turret, Junkrat's grenades will take it out. With two grenades to take it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that. When I see an enemy Junkrat, I always try to make sure to try to get my turret up, just up anywhere. Like just it's as long as Junkrat has to fire up at it, because he's like a lot less accurate when he's aiming up because of the drop off of those grenades. Mm-hmm. It really gives you like the advantage over him, and that's like you have to like keep that turret above everyone else, or else it will just get wrecked like very quickly.
Also, like you have to keep in mind that the turret has it does 14 damage per round, and if you have the molten core going, it does 14 damage extra with its rockets. So and it has 40 meters, so it can eat up just about anybody that's coming at it. But one thing we didn't talk about is this molten core, which gives him 300 armor and health, and 300 armor and health to his turret as well, right? Basically, it brings his turret up to 800 health, I believe.
Yeah.
And him up, yeah.
Yep, gets it up to 800. There are those situations though where if that turret, like this is the downside of the turret, is where it will lock onto something and it will fire at that thing until it is dead. Now the problem with that is if it locks onto something, it can get flanked and you can walk right up to that thing and it won't target you. Like, so you can destroy, like a tracer can bomb that thing very easily, as long as there's like a Reinhardt or Winston or something like that, like some kind of a tank soaking.
Oh gosh, and it's just the amount of times I've been sniped by Torbjorn in the head is like Junkrat.
Yeah.
I get so angry when like I throw my mine and it gets shot out of the air by the turret before it reaches its point.
Oh my god. Or like I think I'm going around the turret and I'm hidden behind stuff, but it still gets much higher. Mm-hmm. Every single time.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes you won't even know what'll happen. Like it'll just be pecking in the back and you won't know until it's dead already.
Yep.
It's getting pesky ults.
I think that's all we have. What do you have coming up this week? Next week?
Well, I was gonna say Papatwon. Would you like to go first? You got any streams or anything coming up?
I stream kind of sporadically. I haven't really been streaming much lately because I got sucked back into WoW with uni. And I mean, I've just been like leveling ults and stuff like that.
Got 2 ults to 100 in the past week or two.
Nice.
I think here this week on Friday, I'm going to try to do an Overwatch stream, maybe a drunk stream.
Sounds
And
fun.
so, yeah. What about you guys? What do you guys got planned?
I am actually streaming tomorrow night. I picked up a stream for Girl Streamers, so I'll be streaming over at the Girl Streamers channel. I'm not exactly sure what I'm streaming yet, but I will be streaming over there. And then Sunday night is my second podcast, which will also be at the Girl Streamers channel, and I will be interviewing another one of the admins of the group. And then Monday, since I didn't do my Drunk LFR Tuesday this week, since I was traveling yesterday, I will be doing Drunk LFR Monday, and I'll probably do a mount run with it. And then, so that'll be a long stream.
And then pass out drunk on the stream while singing.
Exactly. And then Tuesday will be the Drunk LFR Tuesday. I might actually split it up and do a mount run Saturday. I don't know. We're not doing anything this weekend. I might stream all weekend.
Yeah.
Other than that, nothing.
You're more than likely to catch me on Papatwon's stream.
Yeah.
I don't really stream that much on my own, but I mean, if there ever comes a demand for it, I'll try. But other than that, you can catch me on Twitter or whatever, and at UniEdge. If you want to catch Nymphadora, you can catch her at Gamer Nymphadora on Twitter. And I don't remember your Twitter, Twan. It's at
Papatwon.
At Papatwon.
Yeah, and my Twitch is actually Wicked Broner, and you just replace all the vowels with numbers because I'm edgy like that.
Oh my god. You're so lame.
Right? Oh, it's the fucking worst.
If you guys have any questions for us, please email us at theomnicfallout@gmail.com. If you'd like to donate to us, you can use the links below in the Twitch channel, or by following my Patreon page over at patreon.com/gametime with Nymphadora. And that's all I got. We are hopefully getting our logo soon.
And our intro and outro soon.
And intro and outro stuff soon. And once we get all that situated, we will actually, I'm going to create a Twitch channel for the Omnic Fallout, so we're not on my stream anymore. So we have a legit stream, but that should be coming hopefully within the next couple of weeks, so that's exciting. But yeah, you can follow us. You can find the podcast for download over at iTunes. And are we on Stitcher yet?
No, I haven't put us on Stitcher. Once we get more of an iTunes following, I'll probably put us on Stitcher.
Alright, cool. Alrighty, that's all I got.
And
Alrighty, well, y'all have a good one.
Thanks for
thanks for
coming
having
and
me.
joining us. Now I can go play Torbjorn and maybe not suck so bad.
I mean, if you want any more pro tips, since I can't give away all my strats, I can't just give them out. Then hit him up or hit me up in Discord or whatever. And,
Google Ilios spots.
And it's actually the first time I've shown my face on any live stream, so you guys are taking my podcast virginity. You've been gentle. I appreciate that.
Oh, we popped your cherry. I feel so special.
If she would have known, she would have been rough.
Put another notch in your bedpost if it makes you feel better.
Well,
Or you could be like Twan and use those little the little Nerf darts that suction cups and tick.
Oh, that's great.
Alrighty. Well, y'all have a good one.
Bye.